You know, somewhere in the back of my mind, I could always hear the impressive voice of Bomber singing, "If we come together as one big family, one aim, one goal," and then it stops. And I see the charming smile of a gentleman as he makes an impressive appearance on stage. Bomber has stood the test of time, a legend in the Calypso art form. He graced the stage at the 1993 Calypso and Steel Band Sunshine Awards and told us in Calypso about how he actually met his wife. Actually met his wife.
Children, Joan and James, down by the seaside playing games. Two little children, James and Joan, playing games by themselves alone. Joan asked James what he wants to play. He making style and he wouldn't say. Whenever I remember, I just had to laugh. The little saga boy turned and he tell the craft, he said, "Dying, dying, don't let me pay it to mommy. If you're here, you is the mommy." And he tells she, "I is the daddy." He gonna again dying, dying. Make up the bed, let we do. And when we wake up tomorrow, me and you go mind the popo. Let's go! Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. The little girl watch him and start to grind. Let's play a favorite game of mine. So he asked her, "What is your favorite games?" She was calling so many different names. Me and playing, the little boy start to shout, "I know them games where you're talking about. This ring a roses or hide and seek. I can't run about much cause I'm feeling weak." He said, "Dying, dying, don't let me play it to mommy. If you're hearing, you is the mommy." I will tell she, "Hey, gonna again dying, dying. Make up the bed, yeah we do. And when we wake up tomorrow, me and you go mind the popo. Let's go!" The little boy tells she to take it cool. Let's play the games we just play at school. John Brown, baby, or Ding Dong Dell. Little Jack Horner or Pussy in the Well. The little girl started to carry on. I never hear about them games they sing upon. But as you're ready, let we go to bed. And with a fine teeth comb, I go scratch your head. She say, "Dying, dying." Let me hear you. Let me play it to mommy. If you're hearing, you is the mommy. I will tell you, "Hey, gonna again dying, dying. Wake up the bed, yeah we do. And when we wake up tomorrow, let's go!" Now they living still in a pretty little shack up Laventille with 5 little children. If you want to know, is the favorite games that have them so. If you see them how they living like mom and dad, so many purpose to represent Trinidad. You may think that a line, but it's true, you see, because Joan is my wife and James is me and it. Voices, come let me play it to mommy. If you're hearing, you is the mommy. I will tell she, "Hey, gonna again dying, dying. Make up the bed, yeah we do. So when you come down tomorrow, you go gonna see them 5 later popo. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
The mighty Bomber doing his Joan and James at the Tribeca Performing Arts Center in New York City, and that was at the Calypso and Steel Band Sunshine Awards. Well, right after Bomber came off on stage, we took a time off to have a chat with each other, and I first pointed out to Bomber that the reason why he has lasted so long in the art form has to be because of pure love.
Always there. It was always there since I was the age of 12, and it continues on, and I only have God to thank for that.
You have so much grace on stage. Looking at you perform, it seems as age has done you nothing but good.
Well, to use some words from my very good friend, the Lord Kitchener, the Grand Master, he says, age makes you get better and better.
The Calypso art form is very dynamic, Bomber. I always find myself in this position, throwing this out to the Calypsonians. The proliferation of the soca and the jam and wine. Now, nothing is wrong with that. It is part of the art form. Nothing wrong with it. But the commercialization of it, in New York, for instance, London, for instance, and there seems to be a backbenching of the humor, the wit, the social commentary. Are you concerned?
Yes, I am. Deeply concerned, so to speak. Because... take, for instance, let's say for every river there's a source. And if you do away with the source of the river, then you have no river. Am I correct, sir?
Perfect.
Okay. The art form Calypso is Calypso, whether it be slow, medium, social commentary, political commentary, humor, even the picong and the extemporaneous singing. But I feel that the jam and wine thing is a bit, excuse me, too consistent. It's too much of it. You must have jam and wine in Calypso. I say so without any fear, because there are times when people want to go to the dance halls and fete. There are times when people want to sit down home and enjoy their lives with their wives and their husbands and what have you, and just dance around the floor. And you look to the jam and wine Calypsos. But the lyrical content of some of those Calypsos are outrageous, unbecoming, so to speak. And what would happen eventually is if the people get accustomed to this, because you would realize that these type of Calypsos hardly has any story, and it will deteriorate rapidly, and I'm sad to say Calypso will actually die.
Now, I challenge anyone to spend a season in Trinidad going into the Calypso tent. Okay, take for instance a child born of West Indian parents living in New York who may know Calypso or think he knows Calypso, but is only exposed to the soca and the jam and wine. He goes to Trinidad and spends a season in the Calypso tents. You think he'll be shocked beyond measure?
Well, he has to be, because what has happened, the youth that you speak about, let's put them in the status of a child. If you have a child is born to you, and you feed the child milk every day, that's what it's going to drink. And it is true that milk is good, but it is not all that is good. And the child needs other vitamins and what have you to get by. If you feed them the jam and wine thing only, they will stick to that, and they would not know the bombers, they would not hear about the spoilers, the tigers, even the mighty sparrow and the Lord Kitchener and what have you. And I am sorry, I have to say so myself, we are the lifeline, the last of the best. And when we are gone, if they continue in the vein that they are going, they would lose the Calypso art form. Calypso is rhythm. Calypso is rhyme. Calypso is a story. Calypso is to make you relax after a hard day's work. Calypso is laughter. Calypso is fun. Calypso is piquant. Calypso is also jam and wine, but there's too much. Too much of it, and you're feeding the youths only that. Even, I'm sorry to say that some of our disc jockeys, because of the trend, because of the commercialized status, the records sell more than the Calypso. Take for instance the Calypso I just sang. You must have heard the crowd. They sang with me. I was delighted. But if you ask the youths, what do you think about that? Okay, that was okay, but they rather the other one because...
On the count of 4.
On the count of 4. Okay, but then when you count 4 3 times, you get 12. So they must count 12 too.
The Mighty Bomber on CultureShare. We're on the pulse of the Calypso beat, and we'll be right back with a former GI in the United States Army.